All right, now in next subunit, we're going to turn to behaviorism's implications for education. I want to make just a few points here. First big point, though, I want to make, though, is that unlike the other isms we're looking at, there is no specific curriculum that falls out of behaviorism. Behaviorism, in terms of the theory of psychology, sees itself as controlling the inputs in order to get the desired outputs, right? Or another way to put it is to say, the job is of the behaviorist to set up the environmental stimuli in such a way as to get the desired behavioral responses. The question of what the desired behavioral responses are or what those should be, those are not questions that are scientific questions, and so they're not ones that behaviorists as scientists are prepared to answer. They will build themselves as technicians, right, or as engineers when they turn to education, as consultants, right, or as people taking the best results of the science of psychology, behaviorism, right, as a science, and then applying it in an engineering fashion or as in a technician fashion to the project of molding human beings, right, in the appropriate kinds of ways. So by analogy, if we think of the practice of training a dog, a person who sets himself up or herself up as an expert dog trainer, that person is not going to dictate to you or tell you what kind of dog you should want or what kind of dog behaviors are the right kind of behaviors. You might want, you've just got a puppy, you might want that dog to be a family companion kind of dog. Or you might want your dog to be a guard dog or a hunting dog. Or you might be blind and you want to have a seeing eye guide kind of dog. There's nothing in behaviorism that says what the right kind of dog is. Instead, if you take your dog to an expert dog trainer, the dog trainer should be able to say, if that is the kind of dog that you want, you tell me, I will train the dog. I will arrange the stimuli and the environment in which the dog is trained so that the dog behaves as the hunting dog or as the family companion dog, right, or whatever it is. Or if you are going to be the dog trainer yourself, I will teach you the techniques that you then will put into place to get the dog to behave in the way that you think is appropriate. Now we draw that analogy to human beings. What kind of human beings should we have? What is the meaning of life? What are the right kind of human behaviors? What kind of society are we preparing students to enter into? None of those questions are questions that the science of psychology answers, so it's not going to be something that the behaviorists as educational practitioners are going to answer. They're not going to dictate a specific curriculum. Rather, the behaviorist will come in once the curriculum is decided, once the school board or the school or the particular teacher or parent says, this is my set of desired behaviors or my set of desired outcomes, this is what I want my child or my children to become. The behaviorist will provide the specific techniques drawing on behavioral science to achieve those particular ends.